Hello again. My latest book was inspired by my nephew's working as a missionary with street urchins in Kenya, and it's entitled Samuel and the Mystery Puppy. The main characters are Samuel and the puppy Keleve. Please look up the meaning in Hebrew. As far back as Samuel could remember, he had always lived on the streets. He must have been cared for as a baby, but he did not know by whom. He was not the only child who lived on his own in his poor country. There were other street children as well, and most of them were part of a gang. Samuel felt safer on his own. He was envious of the other homeless people who had dog partners to team up with. Samuel felt that he was now old enough to find a dog to have as a companion. After all, he lived like a stray dog, finding food and shelter wherever possible. It was a matter now of finding the right dog, or the right dog finding him. Though Samuel rarely attended church, he knew he had a biblical name. He knew about God. He did not remember how he learned about God. He always believed. Maybe he heard about God in a church soup kitchen where he and other street children were fed and got clothing. Perhaps he once lived in a church orphanage before the war destroyed it. Sam prayed every day to find a safe place to sleep. He felt safer during the day when he could see danger and run from it. Danger could come in the form of soldiers trying to kidnap him and turn him into a child soldier. He did not want to kill anyone or be killed. Besides, he did not know what people were fighting about. One day when he was in an alley, Sam saw a small black and white puppy walking ahead of him. While Sam was seeking a large dog for a companion, he thought the dog needed him. Though the dog did not look hungry, Sam tried to offer him a piece of bread. Here, doggy, I have bread for you," he said while following the dog. The dog looked back at Sam but kept walking ahead of him. As the pup did not run away from him, Sam thought that the pup wanted Sam to follow him. Sam followed the dog until it became high noon, when everyone took a nap in the shade. Sam picked a safe place under a broken truck to nap. After Sam had slept for 2 hours, he was awakened by a gentle nudge against his face. It was the puppy who nudged him. The puppy looked and felt well fed for a street dog. He started walking up an alley while looking back at the boy as if saying, "Follow me." Sam did follow the mysterious puppy, and the further they traveled, the safer Sam felt. The puppy always knew where they could find food without stealing it. The food he found in waste bins was never rotten. He also led Sam to places where somebody distributed food to the poor. Sam was routinely now led to clean water and a safe place to sleep. By following his puppy, he was kept away from dangerous gangs and child nappers. Once Sam and his puppy were sleeping in a warehouse. He saw in the moonlight soldiers entering. If they found him, they may grab him and force him to become a child soldier. When the soldiers came closer, they saw Sam's outline using their flashlights. They did not notice the puppy because he was out of sight. The puppy gave off what sounded like a pack of large dogs barking. Sam thought at first that a big dog pack was protecting him. The soldiers fled after hearing the barking and not knowing what they were up against. Sam felt at first afraid as well as by the barking. When it stopped after the soldiers fled, he knew that he was being protected. Was it by his puppy? Sam slept soundly in the warehouse that night. He used old tires as a bed, and the puppy volunteered to be his pillow. For 40 days, Sam traveled with his puppy, who always led the way. His dog protected not only him, but also others who were in danger. Once a 20-foot-long python slithered toward a sleeping mother and her baby at noon. The pup ran to the snake and bit its head off. Sam noticed that the snake was thicker than the pup's head. Sam knew enough about how the world worked to know that he had witnessed a miracle. The pup let the homeless mother and baby continue to sleep. When they woke up and saw the dead snake, the mother praised God for his protection. Another time, Sam and his pup saw a mother and toddler seeking shade under a tree by the river. Ticks and mosquitoes infested the shore of the river. The mother had to choose between being burned by the sun or being eaten by the bugs. The puppy yelped and dozens of birds came. They ate the mosquitoes and ticks and then left. Grateful, the mother looked to the sky and praised God for his birds. She and her child then slept in the shade. On the 40th day, the puppy picked up his pace. Samuel could sense that his puppy was eager to get somewhere. Whatever the somewhere was, it now must be close. There were no mountains or towns on the horizon. There was nothing visible far ahead. Whatever was ahead, the puppy was running to it with Sam following. The puppy seemed to vanish as if falling over a cliff. The land did drop, but it was not because of a cliff. The ground dropped, revealing a beautiful green valley with trees and a clear lake. By the lake were well-maintained houses and a school. The puppy rushed down the hill with its tail wagging. This was the first time that Sam saw the pup's tail wag. The hillside was covered with grass and flowers. The whole scene looked familiar to the street child. He must have seen a painting of a similar scene sometime in his young life. Sam could now see children playing at the bottom of the hill. They played many of the same games he saw rich children play. Several children pointed to the puppy and Sam in a friendly way. Sam could see that the children were well cared for, got along, and wanted to be where they were. As the puppy ran down the hill, an older man came running up the hill to greet them. Though he had white hair and a beard, he moved quickly like a youth. As did the whole valley, the man looked familiar somehow. Sam must have seen a painting of him somewhere. To Sam's surprise, the man greeted the puppy first. "Hello, Keleve. Who have you brought us?" Sam could not wait to be introduced and answered for the dog, "I am Samuel. This puppy led me here." "We're glad that he did. That was our plan. I am Father Francis. This is our valley and your new home." 12 children came from the valley soon surrounding Sam. Keleve greeted each one. "Will Keleve stay here with me?" asked Sam. A girl his age answered, "No. His job is to bring homeless children here. He has led every one of us to this valley the same way he led you." Sam did not like what he heard until Father Francis explains, "You will see Keleve again each time he brings another street child here. Your job will be welcoming the new children and showing them their new home. This way, you will be part of Keleve's team. When all the lost children are home, Keleve will stay. Meanwhile, there are many other animals to play with." The other children led Sam to explore his new home. While he loved Keleve and looked forward to seeing him, he did not mind when Keleve was gone rescuing other children. Samuel felt more connected to Keleve than ever before. And that is the end.